above sea level, and it's going to come pouring over in 20 or 30 years.
Is this man one who said that frauds can be allowed? They're done all the time. Is he one of the 6 who may have said that? Or is it some other one? Or is it more than just one of these guys? One of these guys saying that a fraud is normal business, and they don't expect to be caught and have to pay the consequences. America, you're not stupid. You've just been led by idiots who believe that the almighty dollar is the only lodestar for corporate and for government work. Let's think what the U.S. Code says. It's a criminal code. It's the entire chapter on criminal conduct that is violative of federal law. Let's see, 18 U.S.C. 371, conspiracy to commit offense or to defraud United States. Every one of them admitted, I believe, that it was a fraud by Jonathan Gruber. Every one of those 6 people admitted. I believe I only heard one of them care to suggest that he needs to disgorge the money. He didn't use that term, but that's the term that you use. He needs to disgorge the money, and it's possible that if you got the right lawsuit, right jurisdiction, he may have to pay treble damages for civil theft. You don't just because the president of a company tells you to do something that's a fraud upon the shareholders, you don't get impunity from the shareholders. If 2 or more persons conspire either to commit any offense against the shareholders of the United States or to defraud the shareholders of the United States or any agency thereof in any manner for any purpose, and he wanted to get the thing passed, and one or more of such persons in any act to affect the object of the conspiracy, each shall be fined under this title or sentenced to a term of not more than 5 years or both. That particular paragraph of a multi-paragraph law, that will do it. Stupid America. You are stupid, because it's been a week, 2 weeks, a long time since Jonathan Gruber admitted his fraud, and you haven't insisted your lawyers tell you the truth. Your lawyers are damnable. I've been saying that for a long time. They've protected crimes all the time. This is patently a confession of a crime. Jonathan Gruber gave us his confession. He brought in other people. They sat in the White House. Who might have been in the room? Well, we only have Jonathan Gruber's word to say it, and we have others lying before, and they're probably lying now, that they weren't in that room. Gruber says there's 3 or 4. I suggest that we should give Gruber a half sentence. All he has to do is name the names of the ones that were also in the room. Yes, we need a special prosecutor. Let me tell you, America, there's no reason to believe that where the DOJ does not act, you cannot lawfully pass a bill that says if the DOJ refuses to prosecute a criminal, an alleged criminal who conspired with a member of the executive branch, then the DOJ will have a chance to lose its jurisdiction, lose its exclusive jurisdiction to a special prosecutor appointed by the majority of both houses, in order to avoid having a failure of the system. And that special prosecutor shall be, well, we can make him a former U.S. attorney if that makes it any better, but you just depend upon the majority of the 2 houses to pick the best candidate. and then you get it to the president. I think he may have a reason to veto the bill, as Nixon did. Nixon was said to commit crimes. Obama, did you commit a crime? No. Did you commit 10 crimes? Did you commit 20 crimes? There's a limit to being able to puff up a bill when you defraud the United States. My very first law case was against the strongest law firm in town, not quite the biggest yet. In fact, it never made the biggest, but the strongest law firm in town. And my defense as a lawyer with barely 2 or 3 months, it was not fun to have to say it until I thought about it, and then I laughed, and I told the judge, Your Honor, my client's defense is a failure to deliver services in a professional manner. We didn't dare call them committing fraud because they didn't actually. But here, it's beyond failure to deliver services in a professional manner. Mr. Gruber defrauded us. He stole our money. He put us in a worse position than we'd ever been in before he gave his advice. Mr. Gruber is a con man, and he's admitted to it on tape, and we don't want him. We want everybody else too. Everybody else. America, I want stupid America to show that you are a strong country, and only one stupid American is so stupid that he confessed to send himself to multiple 5-year terms, because I'm sure that any competent lawyer can find multiple violations of this defrauding of the United States. And we will let Mr. Gruber down a little bit. He's going to have to disgorge basically all of his money. He's worse than a drug trafficker. He's cost us $1 trillion so far by his lies, by his independent commentary, by him being part of the conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States. Yeah, I think so, but certainly to defraud the United States, to fool them. The stupid taxpayers, I fooled them. What did I do? Did I just confess? You bet you did. Now, America, I want you to go with this. I want you to go and start screaming to your low-life representatives who have not said the obvious. 5 of those 6 people, I believe, said it's okay. That's what your representatives believe. We can be fooled, we can be defrauded, and we don't care because we just want our paycheck. We won't do our job. There's another thing I want America to ask the senators, the congressmen. Why have you not done EOTA, an Executive Order Test Act? Is it unconstitutional? If it's not, it's obvious it should be done. But nobody cares to do anything that's appropriate. They just want to send you letters and fundraise to fight in stupid manners. Our Congress ought to be expelled, if they don't do something at least now, expelled for incompetence, for dereliction of duty, for being part of the conspirator after the fact, for failing to even mention about defrauding the United States. It is criminal. Criminal, you hear? Whoever was at that table, was it the White House ushers? Then we need the White House ushers to be indicted. Was it maybe it was the children of the president? They were conspiring with Mr. Gruber. He ain't no professor. He's a fraud. Or could it be that Gruber told the truth and that Obama was part of the meeting? And then we have a Nixon. But worse than a Nixon, Nixon was just doing political things. Obama was defrauding the country. Defrauding the country. That's a criminal act. And he ain't our sovereign. Oh, wait a second. He is. He said so. Because he said only an emperor could do what he did Thursday. Well, now he did it, so he must be our emperor.